Yesterday, Nancy Pelosi made a big announcement. The Democrats were going to start looking into whether or not they would try to impeach President Trump. If you've been living in a coma for the last 3 years, this would be news. But for those of us who have been conscious, this is the same story we've been hearing every day.
Is anything really new here other than Speaker Pelosi is now calling it an investigation, an inquiry?
In a sense, no.
This all stems because a whistleblower's sister's brother's boyfriend's best friend's girlfriend's cousin's husband supposedly heard of a transcript of President Trump talking with the president of Ukraine and supposedly asked for some dirt on Joe Biden. And that stems from when Joe Biden was the vice president because he pressured the Ukrainian government to fire a prosecutor who was investigating a gas company that employed Joe Biden's son on the board of directors, paying him $50,000 a month when he had no experience in the energy industry or the region whatsoever. The allegations of Biden using his position as vice president to pressure the Ukrainian government to protect his son have been called conspiracy theories by the mainstream media.
What actually happened with the Bidens in Ukraine? We'll fact check the conspiracy theory.
Trump is making a wholly unsubstantiated claim when he alleges corruption by the Bidens. There is no evidence of any wrongdoing.
President Trump has repeatedly suggested, without evidence, that Joe Biden used his VP position to pressure Ukraine to fire the country's top prosecutor.
There's no proof whatsoever that Joe Biden did anything wrong or that Hunter Biden did anything wrong. Does it look great? It doesn't look great, but there's no evidence there. These things just kind of were both occurring.
This could end up being like the 2020 version of birtherism. Ooh, Joe Biden did something bad in Ukraine.
Oh, there's no evidence that Joe Biden did anything like that at all, except Joe Biden's on tape bragging to his globalist buddies at a Council on Foreign Relations meeting about doing exactly that.
I remember going over convincing our team, or others, to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a got fired.
Gee, that's not suspicious at all, is it?
Biden does have a problem here, by the way. I mean, I have to say, $50,000 a month for Hunter Biden, clearly to be selling influence, because otherwise no one would ever pay him that kind of money for a company that, frankly, was pretty corrupt and has been before and has been since under
And is that Joe Biden's fault or problem?
No, but it's hard to imagine Joe Biden wasn't aware of it. And I think that I expect that President Obama, if he had known about the reality of this situation, would have probably told Biden, get rid of this. Like, we shouldn't have your son working in this situation.
President Trump authorized the release of the transcript of his telephone call, which is going to be released today to prove that he didn't do anything improper. But the Democrats probably should have waited until after they read the transcript to make a big deal about what it supposedly says based off of a whistleblower who himself or herself hasn't even seen it.
The Democrats, may regret rushing so quickly into a formal impeachment investigation on the Ukraine matter before they know all the facts. No,
because if the transcript tomorrow doesn't have any references to Biden, then that would seem to make the Wall Street Journal report not accurate.
But rushing to judgment is what the Democrats do best. But the Democrats are not going to be happy with the transcript. They want to hear what the whistleblower had to say about the transcript, even though the whistleblower didn't see the transcript. The Huffington Compost says releasing the Ukrainian transcript isn't enough. Where's the whistleblower complaint? People shouldn't get too distracted by the transcript, they say, while having that document is important. the administration is still refusing to release the whistleblower complaint that set off these revelations about Trump's conduct. I'm pretty sure the strategy here is to release the transcript first so we know exactly what was said in the call, and then release the whistleblower's complaint so we can see just how wrong they were. After the Democrats have cried wolf dozens of times over the last 3 years, David Axelrod, President Obama's former senior advisor, is not getting his hopes up this time.
So I think there are great risks here, and no one really knows how this is going to play out. You could end up, in fact, invigorating the president's chances. You could end up losing many Democrats in the House if people react poorly to this, and you could end up with a president reelected and unbridled in his power. And that's, I'm sure, what Nancy Pelosi has been mulling over for months and months and months.
Yes, this may only help the president once their plan backfires again. In fact, Richard Painter, Mr. Dumpster Fire himself, is worried that if the president's not impeached, that he will get reelected next year.
It's critically important that the House not only start impeachment investigations formally, but that they vote out articles of impeachment. All of the evidence is already there. We don't need more to impeach this president. And if they don't do it, I think the Democrats are going to lose in 2020 and probably deserve to lose.
Wow. Well, thanks for admitting that the Democrats can't win an election by playing fair, so they gotta play dirty. The best thing we can do for this country, our future, and our own entertainment is to make sure that we keep President Trump in the White House for another 4 years. To help spread the word and support my channel, I've released my new Trump White House shirt so we can meme it into reality. Order yours from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. And like all of my awesome designs, it is available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.